Queen Sophia bursts into tears after hearing Letizia's sarcastic remarks about her lover. Madrid, the already tense atmosphere in the Spanish royal family became even more tense after a private meeting between royals, when Queen Mother Sophia could not hold back her tears after hearing what was considered sarcastic remarks from Queen Letizia. According to sources close to the conversation initially revolved around everyday topics. However, the atmosphere changed when Letizia made a sarcastic remark related to an old relationship, which has long been a whispered secret within the royal family: Queen Sophia's feelings for a man who was once considered a shadow in her life. Those present said that Sophia was silent for a moment, then her face fell, her eyes blurred with tears. The pain of being evoked in front of her family made her unable to hide her hurt. An eyewitness said, "It was not just a normal sentence. It was full of sarcasm and coldness, and Sophia, with her sensitive heart, was really broken at that moment." Letizia, known for her sharp and straightforward personality, did not seem to back down from the shocked eyes of those around her. The heavy silence lasted for a long time, and the already fragile family atmosphere became a rift that was difficult to mend. Royal experts said that this incident could have long-term consequences for the image of the Spanish royal family, which has repeatedly faced rumors of internal discord. The fact that Queen Sophia, a symbol of calmness and sacrifice, burst into tears publicly has caused further public uproar. Although the Zarzuela Palace has not given an official response, many believe that the relationship between Sophia and Letizia will not be able to return to the way it was before. Another source confirmed, "Sophia is not a person who cries easily, but when she sheds tears, it means she has been deeply hurt. And this time, the wound came from within the family." Immediately after the incident, rumors spread quickly through the royal corridors and reached the press within hours. The Spanish people, who had a lot of affection for Queen Sophia, expressed sympathy and compassion. On social networks, many wrote that they could not accept that a woman who had devoted her life to the royal family was treated so coldly. A wave of public opinion exploded. The image of Letizia, who had been repeatedly criticized for having a strong, even too tough personality, was now put under the lens of criticism. A series of commentaries in the press described the event as a storm in the Bourbon family and called it a moment of tears for the royal family. Meanwhile, King Felipe VI, who had always tried to maintain harmony between his mother and his wife, was in a difficult position. A palace insider revealed. Felipe was completely taken aback when his mother burst into tears. He felt embarrassed, even angry, but at the same time torn by his loyalty to his wife. A private meeting was said to have followed, during which Felipe asked Letizia to be more restrained in her words, especially when it came to sensitive family matters. However, those close to the Queen revealed that she did not feel she was in the wrong, but rather that people were too sensitive to the truth. Public opinion was clearly divided. Some sided with Sophia, arguing that she deserved respect after her years of devotion, while others argued that Letizia was simply stating what the royal family had long tried to avoid. Political commentators warned that the event could damage the reputation of the royal family, which has been rocked by scandals. If even the Queen Mother's tears cannot restore sympathy, the image of the royal family in the eyes of the public will continue to lose its sacredness, wrote one analyst. Outside the palace, dozens of people gathered at the gates, carrying flowers and placards with words of encouragement for Sophia. The image of her smiling awkwardly in public the next day melted the hearts of many people. Not only in Spain, the event of Queen Sophia bursting into tears after Letizia's sarcastic remark quickly became a hot topic in the international press. Many major newspapers in England, France and Germany simultaneously published it, with shocking headlines such as "Royal Tears," "The Pain of a Queen Mother or Letizia and Sophia," "The Cold War in the Bourbon Palace." News reporters began to dig up Sophia's past, especially the speculation surrounding a mysterious man who had been with her during the difficult years of her marriage to King Juan Carlos. Some articles hinted that Sophia had found comfort and companionship in that man, when the official marriage was repeatedly covered by the king's love scandal. The tabloids even went further, releasing faded old photos, claiming that they were evidence of secret meetings. Although there has been no official confirmation, the articles have sparked a huge wave of curiosity among the public. A veteran journalist in London commented, "What moved the public was not the secret love affair, but the decades-long loneliness of a woman bound by royal duties." When Letizia made sarcastic remarks, she touched a wound that had never healed. Meanwhile, the Spanish royal family chose to remain silent. There was no official statement, no apology, no explanation. That silence only fueled public speculation. Some close sources confirmed that Felipe tried to persuade his mother to stay away from the media during this time, to prevent the story from erupting into a crisis. However, Sophia, with the fortitude of an experienced woman, suddenly appeared at a charity event just a few days later. She wore a simple outfit, smiled gently, but her eyes still had a hint of sadness. When asked about Letizia, she replied quietly, "Every family has misunderstandings. I just want peace for my children and grandchildren." The international press considered that statement a humane response from a woman who had made many sacrifices. But for many, it was also proof that the real pain was still present, hidden only under a calm exterior. In the days following the incident, the atmosphere in the Zarzuela Palace was filled with unprecedented tension. Insiders described the scene as an invisible front, forming within the royal family. On one side were those loyal to and sympathetic to Queen Sophia, on the other were those who supported Letizia, who was central to the image of the modern royal family. A royal advisor admitted, "We have never seen such a deep division. Family meals, already rare, have become a nightmare. Every eye is scrutinizing, every word can be turned into a fuse." For King Felipe VI, the situation was like a dangerous game of chess. In public, he had to protect the image of the royal family, but in his heart, he could not ignore his mother's tears. Therefore, silent arguments between him and Letizia continuously broke out in the palace. A source revealed that Felipe had repeatedly asked his wife to make a private apology to Sophia, at least to mend the surface. But Letizia, with her tough personality, was adamant that she had done nothing wrong. This pushed the king further into a deadlock. Meanwhile, the public was increasingly leaning towards Sophia. Polls showed that the majority of people considered her the gentle heart of the royal family, while Letizia was labeled a cold woman. One Spanish newspaper even ran the headline, "Sophia's tears, the crack that could destroy the Bourbon throne?" The incident created a real earthquake. A family that was considered a symbol of national unity was now facing the risk of a rift from within. Analysts said that if there was no timely move to calm things down, the prestige of the royal family would seriously decline, especially in the eyes of the younger generation who were less attached to royal traditions. Now Felipe is faced with a difficult choice: to protect his mother, the symbol of his benevolence, or to stand by his wife, his companion in the modernization of the royal family. Whichever way he chooses, the delicate balance of the palace will continue to be tested. And as one astute commentator wrote, "Sometimes, a woman's tears can shake a throne." For the Spanish royal family, the moment Sophia bursts into tears could be a turning point in history.